Hello there, Bic Benedict here. We're playing Uncharted 1 on brutal difficulty. This is my guide and walkthrough for the aforementioned title and difficulty. We're currently on chapter 15 of 22. It is entitled On the Trail of the Treasure. So at the beginning of the video you may have noticed that I went the wrong way, and I quickly corrected myself. The only problem about it is that on all of these videos I want to make sure that the title card that says the chapter number and the chapter title, I want to make sure that those are always on the video. So the only problem is anytime I make a minor mistake at the beginning of the video when the title is on there, if I reset the checkpoint, then it doesn't have the number and the name. So what I have to do is just kind of do as best as I can to preserve it. And you might say, can't you just exit out to the main menu and restart the chapter? Well, sometimes it doesn't let you, because if you aren't far enough into the level, it doesn't let you select the chapter that you're currently on. And even if it did let me do that, I think sometimes if you get like halfway through the level, it's going to let you switch to the chapter you want to go to if you're on the same level that you got halfway through. The only problem is that the guns that you had are going to be replaced by default weapons if you reset the chapter, and you're pretty much going to be getting dog shit if that happens. And I've got really good stuff and I don't want dog shit. So anyway guys, chapter 15, how are you doing? Are you doing well? I hope so. I'm doing fan-fucking-tastic. Fantastic. I'm doing pretty well. I hope you're doing well too. I'm sorry that these guides have had to be extraordinarily specific with regard to the strategies, but I'm in the back of my mind, I'm thinking about the person who will come along and watch these videos and need help on every part. So I'm trying to keep these side tangents to a bare minimum. Now, anytime there's anything that's not going on that pertains to, actual strategy, I might deviate into a side tangent. But for now, I really need to stay on focus. I need to stay focused. So anyway, we're going to come on down in here, and there's going to be two guys winding their goddamned horns right over yonder. And we do have a moment to talk, because we're going to be doing some jumping around and things like that. Sucker punch. Is that what you would call a sucker punch? I don't know. But yes, so now we've got some pretty extensive jumping around to do. That is going to be our ultimate goal right over there. They do give you a checkpoint at some point, but I will let you know when they give you the checkpoint. For some reason, they put an exploding barrel over here for seemingly no reason. I'm not sure why they do it. It's just one of those irreverent things. If you notice, there's an exploding barrel over here. See that one right over there? Like, what is that? What is that thing's purpose? God knows. God knows. I don't know. Bic Benedict sure as hell doesn't know. But I just wanted to wish everybody the very best. And just to give you a quick update on my health, I'm doing very good. I now take 10 prescription medications for all the ailments that I suffer from. I take 10 things, and I also take a low-dose aspirin regimen. So I actually do take 11 things. I take 10 prescription drugs, though. So I had an increasing amount of anxiety during Christmas, and the lorazepam that I had been taking for since 2004. So that would have been about a decade. Probably 13 years I was on the lorazepam. The lorazepam is a very it's a very quick acting but not a very long lasting benzodiazepine. So I actually switched to diazepam. And if you don't know what that is, the word Valium might ring a bell with you. So now I do take Valium, which is it's just called diazepam. So I'm on that now, and it seems to have a little bit more longevity. It doesn't activate as quickly, but it has fewer withdrawal effects. The lorazepam had a lot of withdrawal effects, and that was something that I always suffered from. This right here is a little broken. You can't just jump on it and swing over there to the right. So you've got to really gain momentum to jump onto this. It's absolutely broken right there. So anyway, and then starting in February, I will be getting off the blood thinner because since I had my heart attack, I had to take a blood thinner for a year. And starting next month, that will have been a year since I had my heart attack. And my cardiologist told me that I only need to take the blood thinner. It's called clopidogrel. Clopidogrel. I only have to take that for a year, and then I just take that off my regimen, and then start, just continue to take the 81 milligrams of low dose aspirin. So anyway, so that I'm doing a little bit better. The holidays are just kind of tough sometimes. There's a lot of stress. Anyway, I really like this fight. You've got an advantage on these enemies at first because they don't see you. And what I like to do is stand right about here, wielding the M4, and waiting for anybody to come up the stairs. And when I say anybody, you will usually get about 2 to 3 enemies coming up the stairs. It just depends how many enemies you kill at first. If you can get like 2 guys killed with the grenade at first, you're probably going to have just 1 guy coming up the stairs. And you cannot get hit with the laser sight from right over there. So now what we're going to do is switch from the M4 to the Dragon Sniper Rifle. And we're going to be taking out that mercenary, as well as this grenade launcher guy who is right... Where are you? Where are you? I'm going to be talking about how to switch with the sniper rifle. I'm going to tell you how to switch with the perspectives on that, because I mentioned it in, I think, the last video, but I want to talk about how to switch shoulders while you're aiming in the first person sniper mode. I don't know if you would technically call it first person mode when you're aiming in with the scope, but it kind of seems like that. Do you see what I'm doing? Well, if you don't know what I'm doing, now I'm going to give you an explanation. Just bear in mind that after you kill this guy, what I would recommend is that you grab the SAS, and it's kind of up to you. If you cross the tripwire point after you go up the stairs, you're gonna have guys coming down, and the shotgun is very powerful, but its rate of fire is very slow. So you can wind up getting enemies firing at you much more quickly than you can defend yourself against with this particular weapon. So I decided to come back here and just play it safe a little bit more, because the rate of fire with this gun is just, you don't really stand a chance too much. On my other guide, I stood a little bit like to the side of where they come down on the stairs at the bottom. That's where I stood last time. But anyway, let's talk about switching shoulders when you're using the sniper rifle. So switching weapons to the... Okay, so what you need to first do once you have the Dragon Sniper Rifle equipped, you need to switch to the sidearm from the sniper rifle. Then you press the L3 button while you're aiming to switch shoulder perspectives, and then switch back to the primary weapon, that is the sniper rifle. And then when you aim, the camera will be in an adjusted position. That is, the sight of the scope will be further to the left if you switch the shoulder perspective to the left using the sidearm, and vice versa. Now, the reason you can't swap shoulders with the sniper rifle is because while it's equipped, the game does not allow you to switch shoulder perspectives while you're zoomed in with the sniper rifle scope. So that's the dilemma when you're using the sniper rifle scope. You have to switch to your sidearm, then switch shoulder perspectives to the one that you want, and then switch back, since the game retains your shoulder perspective. And then when you zoom in with the sniper rifle, it's going to retain whatever shoulder perspective you're aiming over. Okay, so and that does come in handy, because there's many a time in this game where you're going to be more vulnerable while you're zooming in with the scope if you're not aiming the camera over a certain shoulder perspective. Okay, so that's how that works. I hope it wasn't too confusing. If you need to, review the video and re-listen to what I mentioned, just go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna grab the SAS, the 12 gauge. But look how fast look how fast these enemies come down here. I'm gonna do a bit of blind fire, but this was kind of lucky. It's very difficult when multiple enemies are coming down these stairs to keep up with them with the SAS, because if you don't one-shot them and you have to hit them multiple times. There's my jump for joy. Don't you just love the jump for joy? I love employing a bunch of leitmotifs on my guides. I'm a big Wagnerian fan. I love Wagner. A lot of people hate him, but I like him quite a bit. He's one of my favorite composers. In fact, it's Saturday night and my shitfest is on. I paused it. A bitch is playing Carmen over at the Capitol Public Radio. Okay, so now what we need to do is the minor puzzle over here. I believe there are three insignias that you need to turn, starting with, I think, the leftmost one. So what we need to do, not the book, the arrows, the tips of the arrows need to be pointing up. And then I believe the next thing that we need to move is over here to the right, and it's going to be the crown. Is it the crown? No, the crown's fine. The snake's head needs to be positioned to the left, and then the final thing that we need to do is to upend this conch shell so that it's pointing down like that. So there's only 3 things you need to move, and then this door will open over here, and then that is going to signal the end of chapter 15, excuse me, and then we will be getting presently to chapter 16. So I would like you guys to very much to take care, and I will see you, as I mentioned, in chapter 16. Take care.